Now, okay. Right, just to ask, right? Did anyone struggle with any of the things we did last week? Anybody? I struggled on something, anything at all. Okay, so that's good. Right, today we are going to be looking at the basis, reason why we are even doing this in the first place, or what makes life easy for us when we do this. I don't even know how to put it now. Now, remember, when we started this process, we said, why don't we just dump all the data into the database, right? So Tilda comes to the store today, buys 10 items. Okay, so we're going to say 1, Tilda, number one, Tilda, Milo. Number 2, Tilda, biscuit. Number 3, Tilda, beans. Number 4, Tilda, let's say coconuts. Okay, then we have John. Number 1, John buys a lotto ticket. Number 6, John buys a pencil. Number 6, 7, John buys a sharpener. Okay. And before lunch, Tilda comes back again and buys broccoli. And then also buys chewing gums because the store is close to our house, isn't it? Then before sleep, John thinks, hang on, I can't go to bed without my Prosecco. So John comes back and buys Prosecco. Okay. That's just for, all this list is just for 2 people, right? Just 2. Okay. Now just imagine how many people would come to the store that day, and we have a list like this. Let's say 100 people came to your store that day and they bought 5 items each. So we have a list of 500 here. The next day again, you open another spreadsheet, 500 again, another spreadsheet, 500. After a while, you know how many spreadsheets you're going to have and how many data you're going to have. And then look, I'm seeing repetitions here. Tilda. John, Tilda. Okay, why are we doing all of that over and over again? Okay, so that is where you start having redundancies, you start having repetitions. Basically, you're having what's this word called now? Then it just went off my head now. Okay. You start having ambiguity and then repeated data is a keyword for that. I just went off my head, but anyway. So which doesn't make sense, and then you're using more space for no reason, right? So then they thought, hang on, what should we do to mitigate this problem here? And then the clever guy, I said, okay, you know what? Let's do what we call normalization. Wait, okay, let's normalize it. I'm not going to give you all of this. So you are going to go and read normalization. I'm just going to describe what normalization has done for us. To be fair, no one is going to ask you to start normalizing in an interview. But yeah, unless you want to be a data warehouse architect, that's when you start coming across that. But your job is not the job of an architect. Okay, normalization. Now, what's normalization? Normalization is a way of sorting out all of these data. Oh God, why is it calling me now? 1 sec, please. Hello? What time? 8 o'clock, right? 7:55. Okay. At 6:50. Bloody hell. Okay. All right. 22 seconds. I'm teach lower. Anyway, okay. Oh God. Okay. Grace. 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 Can you please help me collect Tokwe from the train station? Tokwe from the train is arriving in 9 minutes. Yeah? Thanks. Right. Okay. So normalization is a way of making the data such that you don't have repeated data. You try to split your data into so many tables. For example, if you see this, there's a reason why everything here has a schema here and a schema here, and different items are stored in all of these tables. That's the process of normalization for you. It's because of the process of normalization that has meant that we can add data, we can put data into different departments, different schemas and different tables based on how often, how frequent the data appears, how different what's it called? Principles. Okay, like the first one is the first normal form. First normal form. Again, I'm not going to teach you all of these, guys. This is just to say to you to go and read it. First normalized form or first normal form. You have the first, second normal form, and then you have the third normal form, and then in some cases you have the fourth, and lastly you have the fifth. From experience, by the time you get to the third, you should have a working data warehouse, a good database. So basically, the first normal form would say to you, you want to eliminate any repeating groups in individual table. Whatever is repeating all the time, like what we showed before, there was tilde, 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 John, 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 John. We don't want to see that again. Go and create a table with just names. Okay? And then identify them with a key, a primary key. Make sure that everybody, so basically what that means is this: if I go onto this person, the person name table, which if I run this one, you would see it tells us about the business entity ID. Basically, this is the key that identifies this person. So even if Mr. Ken Sanchez moves department, right, that number still goes with him. It's just like your matric number when you go to school. Anyone who's schooled in Nigeria, say matric number or uni number. So you go to uni, and the first day you arrive in uni, they give you a unique number. That's your number. And that number stays with you. Okay, so anywhere, any table they go to find you, that number is for you. Okay, so basically, the first normal form says, look at your data. Are there repeating items? For example, you're selling Milo. Is it only Tilda that's going to buy Milo? No, right? Everybody's going to come and buy it. Or is it everybody that's good? Is it just John that's going to buy Prosecco? No, a lot of people will buy it. So why would they be repeating on one table? Okay, why don't you create a table and just put a product? So let's say 1,000 people came to buy Prosecco. You have a list of 1,000 people, Prosecco. But if you create a table for products, you just have Prosecco appear once. And look at it now. If I do production of product, come on, don't freeze on me. Okay, production of products. you see all the products here would appear just once. What's wrong with this? Bloody hell, I just changed my computer at work yesterday, and this even worse. It's ridiculous. Give me one sec, guys. I don't know what's doing. Okay, all right. I click. Come on. Are you kidding me? This is a brand new laptop, for God's sake. Close that. Oh, it crashed, this idiot. Well, apologies for that. I'm not sure why it crashed, but yeah. Anyway, so if you look at the products in this table, you'll see that all the products appear only once. Only once.
I can't see it. Okay, it's showing now.
Only the product appears only once. Yeah, adjustable rates. You can only find it once. Are you saying it's only one time we sell this item? No, 1,000,001 people are going to come and buy this item from this global store, right? But we've put it in a table where it only appears once. But if we don't do it this way, if we don't normalize that table, it means we have to be doing it the normal way, the ordinary way, which is number one, adjustable rates. Ngozi bought it. Number two, adjustable rates. Chioma bought it. Number three, adjustable rates. Femi bought it. And so on until you have 1 million. And you'll have been repeating adjustable rates 1,000,001 times, which doesn't make any sense. So that's what normalization will do for you. Okay. So now normalization now means now that we manage to split our database into different tables, and there is a relationship between those tables, right? Which is the lesson we're doing today. The lesson we're going on today is a join. A join. So these are, and that's why they call SQL a relational database. It's called a relational database. Okay. So whenever you have a conversation where they tell you, oh, it's a relational database, it means that data has been split into tables, normalized, and all of that, and you have relationships between the table. So that means then, if I want to see someone who has come to buy a certain product in our store, I can go to person table and then find a way to relate it to the product table, and find a way to find the product, join it to the product category table, join it to the subcategory table, and then I can build a picture of what they've bought. Or if I want to see, okay, so last week we were working on order details, right? Sales order details. If I want to see who is this customer that's got this sales order ID, I can track it back and say, hang on, if I go to the sales table, there can be a salesperson, and look, there should be a salesperson thing here. Okay, there's no salesperson here. But there's sales order ID, sales order detail ID. Okay, I can go to the sales, I can track something here. Let's see, what else can I track here? Sales order. Okay, I can track this table to the sales order detail. Okay, If I track it to the sales order detail and join it, maybe I can find something else to join to. I can then find the salesperson. I can then find the sales territory. I can find all the special offer. I can find the store where they did all of that. So basically, I'm using the relationship between the tables to join them together. And that's where they call the title join. Now, for you to join, right, remember I said when you're creating a table, for example, when you create the table name, you've got to give each one of them a unique key. A unique key. One sec, please. Hello, Tokwe. My wife is coming to pick you. I'm teaching. She'll pick you in a few minutes. Yeah. She left about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, so you join them, and remember that when you have when you're creating a table, you have a key, right? We talked about it earlier on, that you create a unique number for each name you create, okay? So that no two people will have the same number. Exactly. When you go to when you write exams in uni, they tell you not to write your name, just write your number, right? Just write your number. And somehow your results get given to you. How? Because no two people have that same number. Okay. Now you see that number that you have, take it as what they call a primary key. Now they're going to ask you about this bit in an interview. Primary key. What is a primary key? Okay. They're going to ask you about primary key. Now, the second to that is a foreign key. A foreign key. Okay. And these are the two keys you've got. Now, I can only join a table based on a primary key. Now, before we start going into technical terms, let me use a layman's language for you, and then we'll bring it back to technical, right? Okay. Now, think about this. You've done an exam. You've put just your number on the paper. So as everyone in your class, 100 of you, they've only put their numbers. Then the lecturer marks your paper, and then he goes and says, hang on, I now need to record this result. What is the key he's looking for? The key he's looking for is your number. That's your primary unique identifier. So what's a primary key? It's a unique identifier in a table. Basically, it uniquely identifies a record in that table. So your product will have a number. If you go on any website now, Next, Timberland, whatever, right? Check their product. If you can't find it, they'll say, give us the product code and we'll look for it. Okay. Just imagine they put the product code and 10 products pop up, different products. Then you know there is a problem, right? But they'll tell you, give us the product code, and they'll go in and get the product for you, right? That product code is a primary key. It is a unique identifier. Okay. Now, in its own table, remember, what was that? Why are you making that noise? Okay. So remember that we created a name table, right? In that name table, we give it a unique number. Number one is Tilly. So anywhere Tilly goes now, in this school, she's number one. Number two is John. Anywhere John goes is number two. Matilda. Anywhere Matilda goes, she's number three. Okay. And so on and so forth. Right? Now, because we're going to have to join this now, this is the register the lecturer has. So the register now, the lecturer now goes into his own the paper, the exam. So you've just done English, and they've given you English subject, sorry, whatever subject, or let's just say Your English exam has just come in, and they say, this is the English table. This is the table for subject. Let's just call this subject, okay? And then number 1 is English. Number 2 is science. Number 3 is maths, whatever. Okay. Now, note that in this subject table, number 1 is the primary identifier for English. Anywhere we talk about English, it's number 1. Now you've done an exam and they've brought the results and they want to record your result and they say, oh, English for number 1 candidate is 30. For number 2, 1 sec, please. Hello? I know you will get lost. Okay. Are you at the train station? He is at the wall gate. I think he's at the wall gate. So you have his number, don't you? Okay, I'm gonna forward his number to you to call you. Yeah? Which of is it your car you're driving? Okay, I'll text him now. Guys, please give me 1 sec. Doctor, Wall gate, I'll be Northwestern. North gate or Northwestern? Wall gate, okay. Owambe already, she's driving a blue Mazda CX-5. Wow, it's about only 1,000. You see now. Yeah. My text the number and no say. Guys, please 1 second. Okay, apologies for that. Okay, number 1 got 30. Number 2 got 49. And number 3 got whatever. So guys, please ignore the way I'm writing this. So now you see that in this table, even though this table is a subject table, right? And we know this number 1 represents English. And this number 1 for English is so in this table, these numbers are the primary key, 1, 2, 3. However, I am now bringing something from here. So I'm saying when you see number 1 here on that name, so this is going to have a column called name. So when you see a column called name here with number 1, it refers to Tilly. Number 1 here for this actual table, subject table, belongs to English. Number 1 here is referencing another table called name. Now, when a number, a key, is in a different table referencing the primary key, it is called a foreign key. I'll say that again. And I know this is the hardest place. This is the hardest thing you will try to wrap your head around. And once you get this, you're cooking on gas. Right, okay. So, look. This is a name table. In the name table, this is the primary key for the names. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Nothing changes. Okay? Maybe I shouldn't put this one. Maybe let's put this one as. No, let's put this one as X1, X2, X3. X1, X2, X3 as the primary key, right? Okay, number 2, number 3. So in this table called subject, this is the subject table. Just like this is the address table. This is the person table. This is the product table, right? Every table must have its own unique identifier. So if you look at this product table, look, it's got a product ID. And every product has its own ID, and that's the unique identifier. That's the primary key. However, if I go to a different table, product category, look, product category ID is the primary key here. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to product subcategory table. In the product subcategory table, again, this is the primary identifier because it's subcategory table. See, subcategory table, subcategory ID. But hang on, it's now referencing a different table. It's saying I have another ID here, but that ID does not belong to this table. It's just identifying another table. So if you look at this, right, this product subcategory ID is the same name as this table, product subcategory. Or product category ID, hang on, happens to be a primary key here. Product category ID, product category ID. So product category ID in its own table is a primary key, but in a foreign table, it's a foreign key. This table here does not uniquely identify this key here, this column does not uniquely identify this table. Okay, it's just referencing another table. Okay, and that's the concept. That's basically what it is: primary key, foreign key. Okay, now for purpose of definition, interview, whatever, a foreign key, you can just keep it simple and say a foreign key is a foreign key is a primary key in a, I put it now, a foreign key references, I don't even know if that's the correct English, a primary key in a different table. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Or if you can say a foreign key points to a unique identifier, a primary key in a different table. Basically, that's what it does. Okay. Again, don't take this word for it. That's not the right definition. I'm just teaching off the cuff here. So you go and look for the definition. But if you can explain what I've just done today, just say, listen, look, in product category key table, there's a product category ID. That's the primary key. Who is knocking? Lauren, you make one more noise there. Honestly, I'm going to get angry with you. Okay. However, it's also a foreign key in a different table. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's it. So, having said all of that story, let's now see how it works in real life. So, I know there is products here and there's some products here, but look, let's look at something here. I'm just going to run this one here and say, look, give me the product category. It says under our product categories, we have 4 products, 4 categories that we're selling. We're selling bikes, we're selling components, we're selling clothing, we're selling accessories, right? Okay, I do not need these 2. Where's at the door? Right? So these are the products that we would ever only sell. And you can see their unique ID. Right? Okay. So now I want to say, hang on, but we also sell subcategories. So actually, under these accessories, we have so many items. It's just like you go to McDonald's, right? Before 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, they'll tell you, we sell only breakfast. Yeah. Okay. And under the breakfast, you then have several meals, right? Subcategory of breakfast. Yeah. And if you go past 11 or past 10, whatever the time is, they start selling you the full menu. Again, you have the full list of the subcategories under that. Same as all of these, right? We've got subcategories. So now I want to see all the subcategories under these. How do I do that? I have to go and join it to the subcategory table. Now, I'm going to teach you a new concept here very quickly. Now, and I'll tell you why. Anytime you're going to do a join, once you've named the table, alias the table, right? As PC. And I'll tell you why in a minute. To be fair, you know what? I'm not going to alias it. Long story. Let's go the long way so that you appreciate what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I have to join these to, so basically, you remember that our tables have been normalized, data have been split into different sections. I now want to build a full picture of my data. So that means I've got to join. And I join based on what I call the primary keys and the foreign keys. Okay, so I do this. So I'm going to select, and guys, we're used to this. We know what to select. Select this and this from that table. The next statement then is,
I don't think we have this table though.
you do. You do. So it's under production, the product. So your adventure works should be 2022. Mine is 2020, 2017. But your database should be 2022. Whichever one you have, it doesn't matter. It's the same data that's there. Yeah. All right. Can everyone check very quickly that they've got this? You should have some form of adventure works. All right. Quickly, I'll give you 1 minute to do that.
Production product.
Scroll down until you get to production of product. Have you found it?
Yes, but how do we put it in? I don't know. Are we selecting it after we click select? Because when I just search it, it's not coming onto it.
You should type it then.
Yeah,
You
no,
should.
when I type it rather, when I type it, I don't get it. Should I just click on it? Will it work?
All right, share your screen.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You've only just pulled the class down for a bit.
You're making me feel guilty. Oh my goodness.
I was just trying to tell you what everyone is thinking. But yeah, anyway.
Okay. I'll share my screen now.
Right, okay, I was messing about. All right, go on, share your screen.
Okay.
I'm sure everyone is cool here. They're all okay.
Yeah, this one. Okay, so
so select.
Yes.
Then go to the next line.
Next line.
Do a star. Then go to go to the next line again. From. Now stop there. Put a space. Go to production dot product category, because it's product category we're on. No. Don't type. All right, scroll down on the left pane. You're on production dot product. Go no, go down. Product, yeah. Can you see? No, down. Is the first one at the bottom there. Production dot product category.
This one?
It's there. There. Now drag and drop it in front of form. Hey, okay. Now you can type. What you can do now, because if you can't be bothered to write the name of the database in front, remember we say when you're writing your select, it's got to be adventureworks.production.product category. If you can't be bothered to do that, look at the top left. It says master, right? Change that. Go in top left, next to execute. Yep. Do the drop down and choose the database we're on. Boom. Okay. So now that, can you see the squiggly line is all gone? Now if you can do execute. And now you can select just the two columns we're interested in, which is number one, product category ID, and the bike name, which is what I have done at the top here. I'm going to take over now. I'm going to start sharing so you can see where we are at. Okay. So can you see exactly where I'm at?
No, let me stop sharing. I can
and
see.
that's I've stopped your sharing. I'm sharing now.
Okay.
So you should be able to see that now. Who is at the door? Please. Okay. Tilly, are you here?
Yes.
All right, cool. Now everyone is here. Now the next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to, guys, in about 2 minutes, I'm going to leave you for like 10 minutes ish, and I'll tell you guys to mess about with the joins, and I'll come back. Okay. So now, so this is it. Now I want to join it to the subcategory table, which is down here. The subcategory table, that's the category, that's subcategory. So I'm gonna do a join. Join the name of the database, AdventureWorks, and the schema. Okay, then dot product sub category. Product sub category. So basically, I've said take some data from this table, join it. Hey guys, join it to another table. Now, to finish off this statement, see guys, is straightforward. The table, we already know how to do a select from, and all we're saying is now join it to another table. Now, to finish off the statement, you now say on, you go and look for the key that are the same. So here, product category, that's the primary key. Can I find it here? Boom, that's the secondary key. Sorry, foreign key. And there goes my on, what I'm joining on. So basically, I want to join on what's similar. Okay. I've come to a class and I've picked students doing English major. Okay. Talk about, give me 2 seconds, please. And then I've come to another class. I want to find people that have similarities. Again, so I say, you know what? This second class, if you're English major, raise up your hands. Then I'm going to select both of you and join you guys together. Okay. So that way we have the same set of people in one place. And that's okay. Maybe that's not a good example, but yeah. Okay. Give me 1 sec, please. Okay, so I'll just say on. Now I have to type product category. Now I have to go and type the name of the table. Product category dot, what's the name of the key? Product category ID equal to the name of this table dot, oops. The name of this table, the second table, dot the same key. Now, why do I want to be typing all of this all the time? That's long. So instead of doing that, I'm going to alias all my table and say as PC, and this one, the second table, as PSC. So instead of typing all of this all the time, I'm just going to say PC dot that, and this one, PSC dot that. And that saves me a lot of typing. And when I do a select star now, I'm going to have an error here because it's going to tell me that I have columns with the same names, because there's name here and there's name here. It doesn't know. So I'm going to say, you know what, this one is going to be, actually, let me take you off. So I'm going to say, give me PC dot star, everything in PC, comma, PSC dot star. Okay, go and get me everything in both tables. Boom. Now you can see it says, oh, you're interested in bikes? Those are the type of bikes we sell. Mountain bikes, road bikes, touring bikes, right? You're interested in components? Those are the type of components we sell. Handlebars, bottom brackets, brakes, chains, cranksets, derailleurs, forks, headset, mountain frames, blah, 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 blah. You're interested in clothing? This is it. Accessories? This is it. And so on and so forth. Guys, I'm going to give you 5 minutes break. You can mess about with your join. If you want to try to join another table, go ahead and try. But remember, if you're joining, you need to find the same key to join on. 5 minutes, guys. Enjoy. Oh, by the way, I've got LC on. LC is on. Yeah, LC is on. If you have any questions, LC will be able to answer your questions while I'm away. Yeah, LC, over to you. Sorry for dropping you into this without prior warning. Okay, sorry.
Did anybody get it? Because I'm not getting it. Can anybody help?
Okay, and I'm back. Right, before we proceed, I do not understand anything we've done so far. Please shout out.
I do not understand.
Jeez, that was fast. We just said that. Tilly, was it you?
Yes.
I don't understand either.
Myself also.
Hey,
I was looking for somewhere quiet so I can help you, Tilly, but
I'm a bad teacher. I'm a very, very bad teacher. That's what you people are saying now. Okay, where have I lost you guys?
Everywhere.
I'm not lost.
Well, all over again, please.
All over. Hey. Okay,
Please.
we can go all over again. Right, okay. So, let us take this slowly this time. Right. I want to select everything from a table, right? But you see, this table doesn't give me a full picture of all the products we sell. Agree? It's just giving me the categories under which we sell our item. Okay? And so basically, to build a full picture, I need to join this table to another table. Now, remember, last week, when we wrote our query, you just write select star from anything, any table, right? The only thing I've added to this now is this. Anytime you write a table, now, select star from anything, alias the table. So anytime you want to reference the table, you just call it PC. Yeah? It's the same thing. We've not done anything different here. It's still going to run. Look. Select everything from this table. But this table now, the whole of this name, if I'm ever going to need this name to write this name again, I don't want to type all those letters out. So I'm just going to say as PC. So if there is a need to call up this name again in the future, I'm just going to say PC. Is that straightforward for everyone? Yeah?
No, I'm not. I didn't even. The issue I'm having now is on the left-hand side where we have of the database and the table, because we've got, I think, a few of the, what's it called? A few of the tables open. So I don't even know which is which at the moment, you know.
Okay, I'm going to go
So
on
if
this.
you can collapse here, because it's confusing.
Okay, I know what to do. Let's get out of here. I'm going to use another database for the purpose of this. This database is called Mighty Trading, right? You don't have it, but watch. In this table, I have employees, I have customers, I have the continent we're selling, the city we're selling, the country we're selling, the staff, the orders that people have made, and all of that, right? So let me start from here. I'm going to say select star from orders from Boom Trading .dbo orders. So it's saying there's an order ID, there's a customer ID, there's an employee ID. This is the date they ordered. This is the date they want the product. This is the date it was shipped. This is how it was shipped, the freight, the ship name, ship address, the ship city, the ship region, the postcode, the ship country, return flag if the product is returned or not. Again, the customer ID, cost ID, city ID, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, let me go to other details. Just 1 sec, please. Okay, the other details gives us the product that was bought, the other product that was bought. It didn't give us the product name, but the product ID, the quantity of the product that was bought, the unit price, and then the unit cost. So with this, for this product, if I multiply this and this, I'm going to get the actual price. And if I multiply this and this, I'm going to get the cost price, and I can find my profit and loss, whatever. I don't want us to complicate it so far. I just want us to understand the concept of join. But anyway, let's go back to the first table I opened. Now, this is an order table. These are the orders we had. Yeah. Now, anytime I write a table now, standard, I'm going to be putting it in an alias. In fact, let me just make it OD. You can make it as, but you can make it whatever you want to make it. Okay. This is a table. And this table is blank for me. I don't know what the customer is. Or it's told me that, look, there's a foreign key here. This foreign key represents the primary key in customer. So if I go to customer and I open it and I go into columns, I'm going to see customer ID. Wait, customer ID is a primary key here. But in this table here, because this table is an order table, it is a foreign key. So that means I can successfully join the customer ID, the customer table, to the order table. On what basis? On the basis that I can find customer ID in this table and customer ID on that table. Okay? I'll say that again. This is my order table. I've looked at it. This is the primary key. Every other key in a primary key, in an order table, apart from the order key, which is the unique identifier, they are foreign keys. And the foreign key, we identify a column in another table as a primary key. So there's customer ID here, there's customer ID here, which is good for me because now I can join table orders to table customers on the basis that I can find a matching column. Matching column. And that's why I opened those columns that confused you before. Do you understand this bit before I start writing the query?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to be working out of the order table.
Yeah, we're going to join the two tables together.
Okay.
Yeah. Think about it this way now. There is a, oh God, I don't, okay, my head is weird sometimes because I just think of some weird examples as it just pops up. There's war now, right? And they say, oh, we're trying to save people, but we don't want to put people in the same place. Oh, you are Afghanistan. Okay, stay here. I'm going to go to the other place, settlement, Afghanistan. Okay, all Afghanistans come. You can now join those two houses together and say, there's Afghanistans here, then Afghanistans here. We bring them together on that basis of Afghanistanism. Okay, whatever that is. Okay, please ignore that. Yeah, that's weird. Sorry. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. And the reason why is this, right? The order table, look, this is the order table. It doesn't contain all the things I need. It just tells me there's an order ID and a customer ID. Okay, who is the customer behind this? I don't know who the customer is. Now I want to build a full picture to know who that customer is that made order 13. What do? I have to go and join the order table to the table that contains the rest of the information, and then I can build more information from there. Remember, when your tables are in normalized form, it means that that you are having half information in this table, half information in that table, and we want to bring all of them together. Yeah? Okay. Now, how do I join? I can join two tables on the basis that one of my columns can also be found in another table. So this column can be found in another table. Customer ID, customer ID. So actually, if you look at this other table, I can also join it to the employee table. Why? Because I can find a column here that links to the employee. Now let's go and look at employees. Employee table. Do we have an employee table? Yes, there's an employee table, and I promise you, if I open it, you'll find employee ID. And if I do, open the columns, employee ID. So that means I can join those two tables on that basis. Is that making any sense, guys?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. I'm not such a bad teacher then. Okay, now let's go ahead and join those tables. Now, if you look at this table, if I run it again, you see that the last column here in this table is a staff ID. Now, watch what's going to happen. I then say join DBO dot customers, which it won't find because it doesn't know the database I'm working off. Okay, so I say go and join because I want to build a full picture. Go and join another table, and I'm going to alias it as standard now as C. Then he's now saying, oh, look, I'm going to error out because you've not told me on the basis of what are you joining this table. I say, oh yeah, that's true. On the basis that I can find a matching column in the two tables. And what's the matching column? Customer and order. Customer ID, customer ID. So I'm going to say on OD, which is, if you go into this table here, you will find a column called customer ID. And it is the same as if you go into that table, which I represent as C, it is also called customer ID. Does this code make any sense?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Before I run this code, I'm going to say it one more time. Our original table has got some information. I can't complete all that information because look, I've got the other information in the other table. So I go to join the other table. But whenever I'm joining two tables, I need to specify the columns that are matching. And this is how you specify them. On the first table dot this column equal to the second table dot the same column. Once you identify that, you can then execute. Remember, the last column for the first table stopped at staff ID. Oh, there's now more information that's been added from this side now. See, look at that. All the information from the customer ID for the customer table is now coming in. Finally, we have the customer name. Way, Crystal Warren, Rick Haley, Julie Howe, Glenn Berry, Martin Dunlap, Betsy Tate, Rebecca Grant, and so on. Can you see what it does? So the first table gave us information all up to this place here. And now we've said we needed to join more tables to it. And they say, yeah, okay, I'm going to join more table and I'm going to match it to the other table. So now, instead of you, remember the reason why we had a problem before, which was what led to our normalization. This is what you would have had before if you were using a spreadsheet to record every item you sell in your company. You'll have recorded order ID, customer ID, and then you go all the way to that place to capture all their information, and then there is a repetition, blah, 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 blah. We've normalized the tables, and now the normalized form has given us a relational database. Now we can say this bit of information is on that table. We don't need it. We don't need to have every piece of information now, but we can piece one here, piece one there, and then piece them together when we need them. And this is what's happening. So now,
Sorry,
go on.
I want to ask a question.
go
So
for
this join basically takes everything from the table A and table B and put them together based on the customer ID.
Fantastic question, Christiana. Well done. Now, you've said that the next bit we'll be going to is the types of join. Okay, but you're not far from the answer. For now, let's say yes. Okay. Now there are effectively four types of join, but there's more. To be fair, there's cross joins, there's self join, blah 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 blah. But anyway, because you've asked that question, I might as well just throw it in. There's a right join, there is a left join, there is the inner join, and there is the outer join. The one I've done here, which is outer join. This is an outer join. You might as well just leave it as a join. Join is the same thing as an outer join. The next bit we're going into is going to be the types of join. For now, I want us to understand this concept before we go into the next bit. Okay, Christiana, are we happy with this so far?
Yes, thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, now the next bit here, I'm going to add a few more to this because this is giving me all of the information on the two tables. Do I need all the information though? No, I don't need that. I just need a few items. Look, at the end of the day, maybe, okay, I need the order ID, right? Okay, so I'm going to need the order ID and I'm going to put order ID here. But this is going to kick off. Now, in a situation where I've got the same column appear twice, like customer ID is here, customer ID is here. See, it's gonna kick off, and I'm gonna deliberately put customer ID here now so that you can see the error. It's gonna kick off and say, hang on, I'm not having that because I'm not sure where to go. See, ambiguous column name. And guys, make sure you notice this error as well. It's saying ambiguous column name. Why? It's saying I have that name in this table. I also have that name in this table. So which one are you actually telling me to bring out? So I have to go back here and specify and say, oh, go to the order table dot customer ID. Go and bring this one out. Then it does that. Oh, hang on. You know what? You might as well bring the other one out as well. The same one, customer ID. Okay. It's going to go out and bring the two out now. Okay. Now, you can see the reason why I've used an alias for all of our tables earlier on. If I hadn't put this OD here, then I would have had to type this name all the way again and say order dot customer ID. And this one, customers dot customer ID. Yeah, I'll have had to type the name of the table again here to specify, look, this column belongs to this table. So you see, we've used the stone to kill two birds. How did they say that? Yeah, okay. So that's why we've used an alias here. In any case, let us just pick out the info. Lauren, you're making noise, for God's sake, stop. Okay, let's just run this and pick out the columns we need. So I'm gonna say, look, I need order ID. Again, I'm gonna do something now, and I'll tell you the reason why I do this in a bit. Order ID, customer ID. I know there's going to be an error here. Just be patient with me. Okay. And again, remember last week I told you, try to follow some best practice, right? Write your codes this way. Why? Because it helps you to fix errors very quickly. And when there is a mistake, you can tell what number it is. You can tell this is a new laptop because I have not done my stuff here. Options and text editor. And line numbers. Okay. Customer ID. I need customer ID. Let's see if we can get the employee ID as well. We don't need it, but let's just have it. Okay, next, let's look at the order date. Next, let's pick out a few things here. Let's pick out the customer name and the contact name. The customer name, name. Customer name, I can't type. Company name, sorry. Company name and contact name. And the contact title, actually, let the contact title be here. Contact title. And address.
Channel.
Sorry.
I was thinking probably you can add the channel too.
The city, you want us to have the channel? Yeah, we could. That's not bad. Yep. And that's under the order, which is great. The channel where the sales come from. Yep. Okay. The city, the region, and the postcode, unspell, postal code, and the country. Okay. Right. What about the phone number? What about the date of birth? Let's just pick the phone number and the date of birth. Not that we need all of that. DOB and phone number. Come on, you silly thing. Phone. Okay, phone. Now look at, we have all of these items from the two tables.
Mhm.
Now we're specifying exactly what we need. Now, again, if I run this code, we still have this error, which we've talked about before, because it's going to say, hang on, I've got an ambiguous column here. I'm not sure what to do with this. So that means that every time I'm joining a table, I have to reference where all of the columns I'm taking them from, come from, to specify that, hang on, this data, this one here is coming from the order table. This one is coming from the sales order detail table. This one is coming from the employee table. This one is coming from the whatever table. Okay. Now, I said for you to be writing your code like this, because now I can go and make all these changes in just one move. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all I'm going to do is OD dot. And see, it makes that change. It makes all those changes in one go. God help you. You were typing all your code on one line. You can't do what I've just done. That will take you hours to fix. Think about this. You have 1,000 lines of code, right? And you have to make changes, and they're all whatever in a single line. You'll be there for hours. Okay. Now I know this one. The second one comes from the thingy, the other table. What's it called? The
C.
C. Yeah. So I'm going to just say C dot. And what I've just done, how do you do it? It's a Shift Alt on your computer. So go to the front of wherever you want to make the change. Your Shift button and your Alt, you can go up and down and whatever. Select everything you want to do and do just one. Space, back, whatever. It does everything for you in one fell swoop. Okay. And there we go. So now I can run that code and see I've got a much more concise information. I know who's ordered this. I know the employee who dealt with them. I know what channel they bought from. I know the kind of customer they are. I know the name of the company. I know the name of their contact. I know their address. I know their city. I know their region. I know their postal code. And I know what country they've come from. In fact, I know the date of birth of the contact person and their phone number. All of this information was not on one table before. It was on two tables, and we've joined them together. Okay, now this still doesn't make any sense to us. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take out the city. I'm going to take off all the addresses here right now, just because let's imagine this report or this what we're doing. We don't need address for now. We just want to know what staff attended to them on this day. Okay, so I'm going to take this just for us to reduce the space in front, the number of columns we've got. So let's reduce this. Okay, now let's go and join this to, if I need an employee information, what table do I go to, guys? I've got all of this. Which one? Go on.
Employee.
The employee table. Thank you very much. I'm going to go on the employee table. Now I'm going to open this up and I'm going to say join. Name of the table again, trading.dbo.employees. Okay. And I'm going to alias that as E. Then on. Now, this is where the question is now. On what do I join it? If I have employee ID on this table, of course I could. If I have it on this, of course I could. If I have it on both of them, I could just choose any one of them. It will still pull through. Okay. You don't have to always stick to one table. You can if you want. If you make sure, if you sells your boat, that's fine. However, if it appears in the two tables, that's fine. If it's only one, that's equally fine. Just choose one. So I'm going to go into the customer table and see if I can find employee there. Customer table, contact name. I can't find anything on employee there. So that rules this one out. Yep. Now I'll go to the other table and see. Fantastic, it is there. So that means I'm definitely joining it to the other table. So I can then go on od.employee ID equal to e.employee ID. Someone might ask, hang on, when I'm writing my on, which one should come first? Is it the customer table or is it the one you're joining on or the one that was existing? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you pick the right table and the right column, make it equal to the next one, you're fine. Okay, now we've done this, we now need to go and pick the columns that we need. So in the employee columns, we've got the employee ID, which we don't need. We really don't need IDs in this. So you would notice very soon that those IDs are just there to help us as a foreign key and as a primary key, just for your joins. Because in the actual sense, if you're designing any report on Power BI or SSRS or Tableau, whatever, no one cares about employee ID. If you want to do the top selling employees in the company, you don't do a dashboard and show them the employee ID. No one is going to know who it is. You want their name, right? So at some point, I'm going to be taking this employee ID. You can see their usefulness comes in here on the join line. Yep. Okay. But for now, let's go.
Sorry, excuse me. So any column we're going to join on, both of them on both tables must be listed as part of the columns we are selecting.
How do you mean? You mean selecting it here?
Yes. Yeah. Must we select?
No. So this is what I'm saying. I'm going to take this one actually off. You don't need to list them again. The only job they are doing for you is here. Unless there's a report requirement that says, look, we want to see the employee ID or the customer ID. You don't need the ID. If the principal wants to speak to you or the head of your school, is it going to say, go and get me student 112? No. Get me Tilly. Which of the Tilly? Tilly from New Jersey. Okay, go and find Tilly. Okay? They're not going to say, go and find me number 222. Doesn't make any sense. So the reason why we're just using it, is remember the problem that led us here, okay? Redundancies and duplicates, right? Which we used normalization to solve, right? And normalization, the first normal form requires that anything that repeats itself often, you should create a table for them and give them a unique identifier, a unique number. And once you've given them the unique number, you can then use those unique numbers to form your basis for joining them to a different table.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go and find the column I need for the employee. I'm going to say title. I'm going to say first name. I'm going to say last name. Guys, you already know how to concatenate. You can do that on your own when you're doing yours. I need to know the day we hired this employee, and what else do we need to know about them? Who do they report to? Report to. And you'll find out that reports to actually also, it is not a person. It is actually another number. See, it's a foreign key. So that means if we look at this table properly, and if this has been done properly, you will see under the staff, it should join to a staff ID. Although that name does, it says reports to. So if I join that to another staff ID, you see it will bring out the name of their direct boss or whatever. Okay. So anyway, let's do this again. I've done this. I need to now put the E in front of it and that. And now, actually, why do I want 3 columns containing the title, the first name, and the last name when I can actually have 1? So let's do this. Then let's concatenate them. So I'm going to say plus and plus. And we know what problem, what challenge this is going to pose to us, because that's going to give us everything in one go. So why don't we put a space in between it? Okay, so I'm going to say that and a plus, and come here and that and that with a plus. Okay, now let's run this and see what it gives us. Boom. Okay, so again, I've written this. It's a derived column. I need to put my alias as this, as staff name. Okay, so look, this is the order. This is the order ID. This is the order date. This is the channel, social media, Amazon, eBay, stores, our own website, all of that. This is the contact title, the national customer, the web customer, whatever. There's a company name, there's a contact person. We don't need the date of birth for this, but anyway, we have it. The phone number. This is the staff name that dealt with them. And this is the day we hired them. For example, Mr. Byron Castro came to our store and says, oh, the person who attended to me on the 18th of Jan was so rude. Oh, okay, we can find that for you. It was Miss Gary Allen. You're fired. Okay, I hope that's not how they fire people, but anyway. Guys, does this make any sense at all?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm not such a bad teacher then. So I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Go and mess about. We come about at 8 o'clock. When I say mess about, I didn't say go and start cooking beans. Go and mess about with this. Join as many tables as you can.
Do you want us to do it on Adventures, because we don't have this database?
Yeah, you don't have this one. Go on AdventureWorks and try to let me see. I'll actually give you something to do. AdventureWorks. Let me find you. When we come back, we're then going to look at the types of joins, and I'm going to let you guys go because I don't want to. This normally takes 2 weeks lesson. Well, if we had all the time in the world, we'd probably do this over 2 weeks. But anyway, where's your work? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Try and find out. Fantastic. Okay. So the work you're going to get says use an inner join. If you're using an inner join or an outer join or whatever, there's no big deal to it. Just specify inner before the end of the join, before the join. Okay. You don't need to do any more. Just put inner join. Again, if you don't understand, if you don't get inner join for now, that's fine. You can just use a join. I will explain the different types of joins we have when we come back. And there you go, guys. It is now in the group chat. Actually, I'll give you guys 10 minutes. We're back at 8:10. If you have any questions, Elsie is here for you. And I'll try to stay silent. If you need me, I'll come into it, but I'd rather you guys make that mistake now. We'll sort it out together. When you're done, when we're done after 10 minutes. All right. Okay, guys, off you go. Mess about. I'll see you at 8:10. Okay, so what's wrong with this? Join person. Why are you going through this?
Because that's the only place I saw the ID, business entity ID.
What are we?
Who is
We're not
sharing?
looking for business entity ID, though. We're looking for person.address. We're looking, so the columns we're looking for are business entity. Okay. So it says, it also tells you the table where you're going to find the business entity ID, though.
Yes, I found it in sales store.
Yeah.
Now I need to match it to another table that I want to bring it.
Okay.
And the only other table I've seen it is this business entity contact.
That's fantastic. You know what you've said is amazing. And I would say this is, okay, I would like to say this is a trick question, but it's not a trick question. Okay, I'll raise up my hand. I made a mistake. I should have explained something to you, first of all. Well, it's something that you can figure out. So if you look at two tables and you can't find any information about them, there are no matching columns. What should you do then? You find a common column. For example, I like this girl. I can't get a contact, but I have a friend that has a contact. What do? Don't be quiet as if you've not done that before, guys. All of you here, you've done it, right? You go to your friend and say, okay, I like this guy. You know what? Match us up, fix us up, whatever. Okay. And that's what you do here as well. It's similar. Okay. You can't find the table that's got it, but hang on, sales has got something in business entity contact, and business entity contact has got something close to store. Okay, or close to the next table. Okay, so we found a bridge table between them. We're going to use that bridge table to connect from here to there and from there to there. Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I give you a few more minutes to sort it out then?
Okay. Am I on the right path though?
Are you on the right path? I'll let you figure that out.
Okay.
Yes, okay. I think so. We now all have to join a breakout room, I think. But you know what? If they don't kick us out, we own this place, okay? They all of them can go anywhere else.
No, they've gone to the breakout room. They told them to go to the breakout room and not stay in our rooms.
Who is speaking? Who is speaking?
Tilly.
Are you the one managing the rooms?
No. I just noticed they put it on Telegram that they told them not to.
You just bossed them away. That's good. Okay. All right, then let's carry on. They can go to other rooms. That's fine. Okay, guys, do you need a few more minutes to figure that out? Or shall I come in here?
Please let me share my screen. I'm
Go
not
for
getting it here.
Familiar. Share your screen then. Tilly, stop sharing, please. Go on, Fumi, you're next.
Oh, okay. It's not giving me an option to share.
It should. Maximize the page.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
See that I will spank you.
You just say you're going to spank someone. Hey. Please, if you're going to say that, let me stop my recording first.
So from my understanding, about it is I want to first of all join the table so as to see what the columns they have, then start picking, which is the first and the second table.
Yes.
So I try to join this one to this.
But there are no matching columns. There are no matching columns, right?
I don't think that is what he's saying. He's saying that incorrect syntax near PT.
Yeah, but you've not completed your join because you have to join it on a certain basis, on something equal to something. You've not finished the code.
Okay, this is okay. I felt that is going to, because it's an outer join. You show us the other time, it contains it join everything together, that you were able to see the column all together. Then you now pick the corresponding column, but I've not even seen all the columns now together. That's what I mean.
Finished this code. You've not finished this code. When you're joining, you didn't listen to me for me. You're cooking beans again.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Okay. Don't mute yourself. I'm going to share my screen now so you can see what I'm talking about. When you're writing this, right? All you've done is you've done this bit here. What about this bit here? The join on. What are you joining on? Do you understand?
No, I think what Fumi is saying is she's expecting the two tables to come out so that she can see which one she's going to join together.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'll stop sharing and I'll show you something. You share it now. You share your screen. Where do I stop sharing? Actually, share your screen and I'll show you something. Have you noticed that all the while, I have been going to the tables on the left hand, the left pane of the screen. I've been expanding each table to see the columns inside. Share your screen for me.
Okay.
All right. So if you look on the left, try to expand that pane. Try to expand it, make it wider. Go to the edge of it and pull it across.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if you go to sales.store, scroll down to sales.store. Now the plus button by the side,
I
think it's still down. It's still down. Yeah, the plus button, and then the columns, Plus button next to the columns. Can you see all the columns there?
Okay.
And then you go up to the next table, address type, and you do the same thing.
All right.
So now you see the columns, and then you can see which one. So you can see before you even go from there, go back. Just in case, your address type does not have any of these columns that you can match on, you can see there's a table here. You can join it to there's a salesperson table. Okay.
Okay, this
Yeah,
salesperson
you
ID.
can go and join the next table to the salesperson table. And if you go to the next salesperson table, you can find another table and join it to it. It doesn't matter how long the chain is, there is a relationship, okay, that you have to get to get it. So the girl you're after, whatever, if your friend doesn't have the number and she says, oh, my friend has the number, you go, okay, you know what, you go to your friend and get me the number. So there's a chain, a third chain. And that friend now says, oh, I lost the number. My friend's friends, my cousin's friend, my cousin's friend has the number. Then that chain carries on. You know what you're looking for. And that chain until you get the girl's number, right? Okay. Don't be quiet. You guys, you've done all of this before, okay? So you have to keep going until you get to the final destination, the final table. Got it?
Okay.
So you keep the relationship going until you get to the last table you are looking for. And you don't have to mention their columns. So I can go through 10 tables to get to the final table I'm interested in. And those 10 tables, I don't have to mention them in my columns, right? All their job to do is just to connect, for me. And once I've connected, I'm good. Okay. I'm teaching. Don't ask your mom. Okay. Well, for time, because we need to finish in 12 minutes, like I promised the host.
Sorry, sir. Can we not join with this row guide?
No, you can't.
Okay.
You can't. So I'm going to share. Someone was going to say something. Go on. Okay.
So whenever you're joining, the two tables have to have the ones that have the key in front of them.
You have to have a matching key for you to join two tables.
Okay, so but look at this table that I say now. There's a black key and there's a white key. Doesn't matter as long as it's a key. Doesn't, right?
Yeah. So it's the same name, yeah?
Yes, the same name, but
Yeah.
you can use them as long as they have the key symbol in front of them. Okay.
No, if they have the same name.
The same name and the key
So
symbol.
even if the second one doesn't have a key in front of it, but it's the same name, you can use it.
Okay.
It should have the same name and the key. One of them is a primary key, one of them is a foreign key. But I have seen designs where people have done things in a rush. They've not constrained it with the foreign key. They've just put it as a column there. As long as it's the same name, go for it. Okay. I'm gonna start doing mine now, and we will.
Can we see yours? For me, can you stop sharing so that he can?
No, I'm the one sharing now. I think.
No, I can still see from
I'm
your
the one
screen.
sharing.
Oh.
Okay, we see your screen now. Yeah.
Okay. So the question is saying, let me bring out the question as well so that we're all on the same page. Ooh la 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 la. Am I tired? No. we keep going. Okay. So if you look at it, it's told me, look, these are the columns we need. And those are the corresponding tables. I'll find them from. My job is to go and get them. Now, what I didn't tell you is this. This is what you should actually find out eventually. It doesn't matter how many tables I have to get across to get here. I still have to do it. So let's start by saying, select star from sales.store. Okay, I'm writing bad here because that needs to have adventure work. Oh God, God knows I'm not tired. Adventure Works 2017. Mine is .sales.store. Oh, this thing is going to crash again. The joys of having new laptops.
It must be the top.
Nice one. Can you imagine? Oh, no. This is the first time someone is burning me in my own class. Can you imagine? Who did that? Who was that? Who identify yourself because I'm coming after you? Who, Christiana, is that you? Hello?
What did Christiana do?
Who talked just now, Christiana? Was it you?
No, I think it was Tilly.
It was Tilly, right? Tilly, I'm coming for you. Don't worry. Tilly says I'm using Talk. Can you imagine? Okay, let's run this now. Wait, okay. So this is the sales.store, and I want to join it with another table, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go here and say, look, sales.store. What are the columns that he has here? So I've got salesperson, I have business entity ID. Okay, let's now look at the next table, which is address type. So person.address type. We look here, there is nothing matching there. You can't join on row grid. These are identifiers. You can't join them. Okay, so and those row grid, basically, it's when you're dealing with XMLs, you're bringing in data from source and all of that. You use those ones, but not for your queries. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I know that this is address type ID. That's the only thing here. What I'm going to go and do is to try to find what columns might have something close. So I have business entity ID here, and I've got a business entity ID here. Fantastic. So I can go via that. But hang on, let's see whether we can get, address ID. Address ID is here, right? And then business entity ID is here as well, which is great. So maybe if I start using this, I can connect. And then what else could I connect to? Address type. Yep. Okay, so this actually sorts two problems for me because I need to go to address and address type. And this is going to do a fantastic job for me. But let's get the rest of it. Also, let's see. So I'm looking for country region. Where's that? That's person, country region. Person, country region. Again, that's a region code, and that's all. So we need to find something that's got the region code as well. Now, there's something I would like to show you now. Although, to be fair, in all businesses, let me not raise your hopes high. There is a way you can find connecting tables called entity diagram. Anyway, I'll show you that next week. Let's not go through that. That's going to make it lazy. Okay. Right. In the first place, I've got business entity ID here. Sales. Sales store business entity ID. I can go on here. Business entity ID. Okay. So join this. Join. It says inner join, but let's just ignore that for now. Let's call this S as S and as BE. Okay. Then on S dot business entity ID equal to BE dot business entity ID. Okay. So we say select star. And then it gives us something, whether it's right or wrong. We don't know yet, but anyway, let's keep going. Okay, modified date, whatever. Okay. Now we can then say, look, this. So remember, in this table here, we don't need anything from here, from that table. We do not need anything there. The only thing it's going to help us to do is to help us to join those two tables to it. Okay, so let's go now and say, join person.address person.address type or person.address, which we'll call A, as A on A dot address ID equal to BE, which is our bridge table dot address ID. See? And now if I run this, it will bring me everything on the address table. Look at that. Da, 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 da. Okay. Now again, we have to go and join that again to the address type table. The address type VentureWorks dot person dot address type. Okay, AT on AT ATT ATT dot address type ID equal to A dot address type ID, if he's got it, or go back to BE. I think A has got address type ID. Bloody hell, what did I do? I used business entity address. And this is supposed to be business entity. Sorry, not the address. Business entity. Okay, let's execute that. Oh, okay. So it's saying invalid column on line 8. Yep. Oh no, wait. Wait, business entity ID. Right, okay. Apologies for that. Business entity as BE, then I need to join another one here as well before join. Apologies, guys. Join business. Join VentureWorks 2017 dot person dot business entity address BEA on BEA dot
Serious.
business. Sorry.
It's serious. It's like we are designing a software.
But it's not that hard. If it's the same, it's repetitive, isn't it? It's the same thing you're doing, but nothing more. I don't know how to put it. So we should have this now. And this is going to be BEA. And this is going to be BEA. If I'm correct. VentureWorks person, the business and business entity address. Business entity. Hey, is this the thing I can't spell or what?
That's BEA. Think.
No, that I can do that without that, but what's it saying here now? Business invalid object name adventure. Oh yeah, I found it. Adventure. I didn't spell my adventure right. Why behave? Behave. Oh, okay. So now we have what we have, and it's 8:30, and we're still not done yet. So if you look at it now we have the address type, the main office, whatever. Okay. And we can join that now. We can now find, we need to join it to the country table, the country table. Now, which of these columns have anything to do with country? Nothing. So we now need to start finding. So this is the country code. Which column will be similar to all of them? And this, this is where I'm going to stop, guys. I'm going to show you something though, which you guys should do. You see your adventure works here, right click and do something called, no. Have they taken me off completely? Right. They've taken the diagrams off. I think I saw it in one of the stuff. Okay. So many kids in the house. They've taken me off. Okay, all right, whatever. Guys, what you want to do in your spare time, since they've taken entity diagrams off, you want to start going to the tables, and I'm so sorry, it's a lot of work. And find how to connect that table, the country table, to the rest of it, this one. So something will be joined to this that is already part of any of this, then that has a link. So this is the girlfriend you're trying to have, and you need to find out which of your cousins here or your friends has got a number, okay? And if that cousin says, it's not with me, is the next cousin, you have to go to this cousin to get to that cousin, to get to the next cousin and the next cousin until you find a number. Okay, I think that's enough homework for you guys to do during the week. We are going to stop here. And I remember way back then when we were in a debate club in Nigeria, they will say, with this point of mine, with this few points of mine, I hope I have been able to confuse you rather than convince you that DA class is better than the rest of them.
I have a few questions.
Fantastic. Ask a question.
The first question is, what time is the next class? Next Friday?
Same time next week, 6:30. I always do 6:30. I can't do it 30. It's too late.
Okay. My other question was, when will the recording be available?
You get it tonight.
Tonight? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other question was, when we're downloading because they wanted us to talk about the environment, when we're downloading the SQL server, are we clicking on custom as opposed to basic when we do
Custom,
developer
yeah,
edit?
custom.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because
Thank you very much.
we're selecting our own stuff.
Our own stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Remember, if you're stuck or anything, there are so many people on there. The previous people that have joined this class, they're now working, they're professionals, and they will help you. Yeah, message me if I'm not there. A lot more people are out there, and they will be able to assist. So
Okay.
have a fantastic weekend, everyone.
Are we going to get a recording tonight?
You will
Are you
definitely.
sending out this code?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
thank
true.
you.
That's great.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.
We are not in the breakout room. So what's the next thing we are doing now?
I think we were done because they did stand up and all the other groups went into their own different breakout room for their own different classes, I guess. SMBMs and QA. So I guess we are done.
What I'm even saying is that even in the breakout room, we don't have DA there.
Yes, that's because the main room was DA. That's because we got here before all of them. Yes, we got here before all of them. That's why when they told them that when they log in, they should go straight to general because we were already using the main room.
So are we logging out now?
Yeah, I think we're done for the day. Except we want to go over anything as a group.
Is it possible for someone to run us through what we've done today?
I mean, maybe we could try to figure it out ourselves since he wants us. Maybe we could do it as a group and see if we'll get to the end.
Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, we can do it.
Anybody wants to share?
Share.
Oh, sure.
Okay, Fumi, are you sharing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do you want us to go through his code, or probably we should start all over and figure out things by ourselves?
It's better we figure it out.
All right. So let's
Is there a
start
way
from-
to change the size of your? It's on 250 now. Can you put in like 100? No, not that one. The size of your SQL studio. Yes, you see it's at 250 here. Yeah, because we can't see everything. Yeah, maybe 100 or 150.
probably I should reduce this. I expanded this.
Okay.
Is it better this way?
No, it's still showing. Can you see that arrow? You're going to have to be going back and forth with the arrow.
So I should put it on what?
Maybe 150. Let's see what 150 looks like. And now we can see the whole screen. If you write something, yeah.
So let's run this first.
We can, okay. Try and run it. Did
You
you run?
can't run it without with the as at the
Yes.
front. You can't run it with that.
You can just give it a code. You can, maybe you
Yeah,
want to call
as
it S or
what's
something.
SS.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So the assignment, what's the first table we are looking for there? Okay, this is the first table.
Yes.
Then what other table
Yeah.
do we have?
So he wants us to look for, because at the end of the day, he wants us to have only tables that contain business entity ID, name,
Address
address
type.
line, city, and postcode, and name again. So I guess now that we know business entity ID is one, we have to now look for another table that has business entity ID.
Yes, but at the same time, I think we have just to first of all go through the tables they gave us first. The first the question is not here with me. Let me check. Okay. Sorry, let me just share this. So these are the tables that we are supposed to join together, right?
Yes.
So we are supposed to join them together at a common point.
And with a common key, yes.
Okay, with a common key. So we already know that. Then after joining them together, then we are going to call out
The ones
all
we want.
these columns.
Yes.
So I think that the first thing to do is to go into each table and see what the keys are.
Yes, but you can go into all of these tables, but all of these tables listed here do not have business entity ID. That's why that's why he went to another one that's not on this list that had business entity ID, just to draw out more information from that. But
yes,
you can check
I
all
understand. I understand. But if you just come through what this table are, so in case you are going to another table, do you understand? And bear in mind all the keys that are inside these things. It's going to be easy for you to as well join it. So it's just to scan through what the keys of these tables are. That is what I'm just saying.
Yes, we can go to all the tables and check the ones that are on
So please can you call the tables for me?
So we have the next table. Wait, where is it? I just opened it now.
Person ID, person address, is it there?
Hold on, let me open it again.
Oh my baby.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, person dot address. Yeah.
person
Yes,
address.
I wanted to
So in
come
person
because
address, we have
when I came in, my lecture has started. So I just pop in, even the rice that here it's like warm. I just kept it there.
So
we are
one,
waiting for you,
Mom
please.
is tired.
no, one of the things we need is
Well, that's no
um
excuse. Say hello to my
person
baby.
address type is one of the columns, and we're going to get
Oh,
name
thank
from
God.
it.
There's a
I-
person in my class
I understand.
that hears the
But what
serials.
I'm saying is that before
Let me
you
show
can
you.
join this, I'm asking if
Let me see.
this table is part of the table we are supposed to join.
Oh, maybe she has dropped.
Yes,
Person, yeah,
So
I think so.
yes.
if we
She's
are
not-
joining this table, that means we need either
yes.
this address,
Yes,
address
sir.
ID, and
Eniola, please, can
take.
you go on mute?
No, I didn't tell her. Because
Eniola,
people
can you
were
mute?
asking, how do you... Oh, sorry.
What I'm saying is, if this is one of the tables we need to join, if we are joining this, that means we must have this one, which is at the address ID, or this one.
Yes,
So
but we
let's
don't
just,
have it in our first table.
yes, I know. Let's just bear that in mind.
Mhm.
So this is another table we want to join, and the joining points with this thing, with this table, has to be address type,
Yes.
ID. So
Mhm.
what's the last table we need to join now?
Country and region.
Country and region.
You passed it.
See.
You passed it again.
Yeah, that's
Apart
the assignment, you know.
Is it not arranged alphabetically?
No, go down. You go to
Okay.
person. Yeah, you passed it. Just it.
Okay, person, country, region. Is it there?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it.
So at the same time, if we are joining this one, we need country, region,
Code.
code.
Yes.
So let's see how we can join this one first. The business entity.
Is
So
down. Is all the way down. So let's see what primary key is in business entity that we can go look for.
okay, this one contains two. Okay, this is a person business entity. Let's open this. Let's see. Only one business entity ID.
Let's
So
see if
this,
another business.
yes, this one we also have business entity ID. So
it also has address ID, which is
it has
good.
like 3.
Mhm.
It has like 3. So, and it's like we have this business ID in one of our tables, and we also have business type ID, right?
Yes. Yeah, and that one.
Yeah. So can we use one table to join everything together?
No. If he has everything, yes, but we can't use. That's why we are going through multiple.
This is it now. This one has
business entity ID.
Business entity. It has address ID. It has.
So we can use that table because that table will give us. We join the business entity ID, and then now when we now want to join more to that table, we'll not use this particular table with the other table on top. So let's start with the first one because we have to join a lot of tables together.
So let's see. We might not even have to join a lot anymore. Join
Adventure Works.
There was a way he picked it. Yeah. As what now?
We can just name it BE.
BEA. On, right?
Mm-hmm.
On what?
BEA.
SS.
Okay. On SS.
Dot.
SS. Dot.
Business
what's the name of this?
ID.
Okay. Business entity ID equals to BEA dot business entity ID.
Mm-hmm.
So let's execute. Is that okay?
Yes, let's execute.
Yep.
So we have all this.
So you see, the first table ended at modify date. Now we have extra business entity ID and so
So
on.
please, what are the columns we are supposed to call out now? Let's see how many we can get from here.
Columns, business entity ID, name, address line 1.
Okay, since you are already calling it out, let's see if
The only thing we have here that we're going to need on our column is the one that is still in the first column, which is sales store, which is the business entity ID and the name.
Yeah.
and what? The name.
And the name, yes. So the reason why we brought this table in is because this table will help us use the address ID to call in another table that we need information from.
Yes, to call in this one. So another join, right?
Yes. Is
So
it
what are we
another
join?
join or another from?
No. What we are supposed to do now, these are the tables that we need. What we
Okay.
want to call out are present in these tables, right?
Yes.
But from this table, we already have what we have now already has this address ID. So we are going to join this address ID to what we have here at this point. So let's just continue. Join, what are we joining now? We are joining this. Join this as, oh God. As what? PA. Is that great?
PA, yeah. PA is
Okay.
fine.
PA on this. Does it make sense? So let's run.
No.
No. Okay.
Equals
PA dot.
You didn't put the PA dot.
PA dots, yeah.
Okay. On PA dot.
Then equals
to this business identity address, right?
Yes. Equals to, you first type it BA, you'll see it coming out. Don't worry, you see it coming out.
Okay.
Put a space, I believe. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Dot
address ID. Address ID.
So we can execute.
Okay, so we have, which other information do we have here that we need?
So we have joined this column, this table rather. So have we joined this business entity? Yes, we have joined it. No.
Can we see what else?
This was when we were looking for
business entity ID. Yes, that's what
this was when we were looking for business entity. So we are left with this personal.
Let's check. We don't know yet because we have business entity ID and name from sales. Now, do we have we don't even have a person address type on our board yet. We have person address, and on person address we have line 1. Do we have line 1, address line 1?
Okay, we still need a person address type.
Yeah, but do we have all of this?
Yes, now we can join it at this point. But we already have name.
Yeah, but it might be a different name because it wants us to have name from person address type as well. I don't know why, but that's what's on the list. Yes.
Okay, so that means we are still going to join this one. Join. We are joining this. As PAT on parts dot address type ID equals BEA dot address type ID.
And let's go and see the name that comes out from that one, from the last one.
Okay.
It's probably different, that's why. Or maybe it's the same. But
And
he
since we
wants us
did
to
not
have
even
it.
join at the point of name, the name should be there.
Yeah, you see the name is different. So that's the name he wants us to add to it.
Have
This
you seen the name?
Yes, look at name.
Okay. This
Yes.
shipping.
Yeah, you can see it's different from the other name, yes.
So
Alright, so
what
the
we are
last
left
thing,
with now is the
the
country.
name in country, yes, person, country, and region.
So let's see whether person contact type can contain country region code. No. What about this? Country region code. No. Let's check province, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but it has to be
from
something on
this,
the
do we have
table
anything?
that's
we have
already
any-
on the table. No,
Yes, that's already on the table.
no. So
State province.
let's check other places.
But here we have state province, right?
But we don't have state province on anything on
No,
the
no,
table.
I want to check if state province can be contact. No. Okay, let's go further. Wow.
Close it if you're not using that. We shrink what we have.
No, this is, I understand, but this is where, okay, can somebody note this one?
State province, yes.
Yeah, state province that we have country region code there. So we are looking for state province. No, I don't know.
Can we go to all the addresses we have on top and see and
Okay.
if there are other types of addresses that will have? All right, yeah. So we have person address. Let's scroll down.
States, see, we have state province.
Okay, so
That means we already have this state province ID.
yes, so we can use, that means we're going to
join the state province
with the person ID first before we now
No.
use it to bring in.
No. We are going to join it with state province.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The person address, we're going to use it to bring in state province. Then we'll now use state province to bring in country, the country region table.
So what are we joining now? We are join the state province.
Who is recording it? This is recording. I don't even know who is recording it for us.
Oh, is it recorded?
It's showing recording.
I don't think so. Okay, it's showing. Okay, as PST. Right?
Okay.
On PST dot state province
equals
address, right?
AS.
Okay. Was it here? We don't
Yes.
have
Person address AS. Yes.
PA.
PA. Yes.
Yeah. PA dot state province. Oh, they're not the same.
Oh, they're not the same.
Yeah, this is
One
state province ID.
One is code, one is ID. Okay.
Let's see if there is ID here. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
but the ID we have, okay, that means province code is not even a key. So let's execute this.
Okay, so now we'll do the last one.
We need to join. What are we joining? Country code.
Mhm.
Oh.
No, not that one. I think it's on top because of the C.
What's the name of the table, please?
I think it's person country or something. Yeah, that's
Person
it.
country. As
PCR.
PCR on PCR dot. Yeah. Equals. Where did we find it?
PST.
PST. PST dot.
Yep.
What happened?
No, it's just taking. Just give it a moment. It's still executing the query.
Okay. That's a great one. So let's go and call out our table,
Yes.
our colon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So please call it out for me.
So we want business entity ID, and we want it from, maybe we'll do the codes later. We want it from sales, from the one that we had SS, business entity ID.
Okay, yes, let's call everything out first, right? Or
Name.
we should do everything at once.
No, maybe we should call everything out then.
Okay.
Yeah. Name. Name again. Address line 1. Line 1. CT.
CT.
Postcode. Postal code.
Postal code.
Mm-hmm. And then name.
Yeah.
Name. Yeah.
Name again.
Yes.
Ordinary name.
Yeah.
Please, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so that's it. That's it. But the first two is from SS. You can pick a, I think it just wants you to pick it. SS. Then the next one is from personal address type, which is, you probably need to look on for the code.
20, I think.
Personal address type, you want to look for the code. Do you know the code you use for it? PAT.
Okay.
And then the next one is from personal address, just personal address, that's PA. And the other one is from personal address. Personal address again. And the other one is from PCR, that's person country region, PCR. Voila.
Does it match with what he gave us?
Yeah. I mean, I can't open it properly, but even if it doesn't match, I know that we are right. Yes, it matches though. Yeah, it matches.
Okay, Canada, and
Yeah,
all
it
right.
matches. Yeah.
Well done, ladies. This is fantastic.
Yeah. You can
Thank
copy the
you.
code. You can copy the code and put it on the Telegram for people to still sure.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thanks.
Can you put it on a Word document and then attach the Word document instead? Because the way if you put it as a text, it comes out in a very weird way. All right, we did it. Teamwork makes the dream work. I hope everybody understands it. So we're gonna do it again. Olu, Raphael.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Eniola.
Yes, I'm following. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I was just typing mine as you guys were
Oh, okay.
talking. Yeah. Thanks.
Code. Let me put code. So to make it different from the one we have. Wow. Where did I save it? Telegram.
You can save it in a Word document and then send it to.
It's already in a Word document. I want to
Okay.
check where I will save it here.
When you get to Telegram, just click attach it.
I know. Which one is caption again? I've done that.
Okay, thank you.
I can stop sharing now.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it. Thanks.
So we are leaving the call.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
Good night.
And you
to
too.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night,
Take care.
everyone.
Nice one.
Bye. Bye.